Hi everyone, this is my project proposal presentation on pre-service teachers conceptualization of mathematical tasks. These are the sequence of topics that I covered in my proposal, which I am going to share shortly. There are three fundamental aspects on which this study is based. First one is mathematical tasks. While mathematical task means all the instructional tasks that are used in mathematics classroom or used in mathematics assessment. And NCTM 1991 has claimed mathematical tasks are strongly related to student learning. And second fundamental aspect of this study is teachers' responsibility for selection, generalization, construction, and implementation of mathematical tasks, either by selecting mathematical tasks from textbooks or other related resources or by constructing the tasks on their own. Teachers necessarily do task setup and of course they implement in mathematics classroom, which has direct relationship with student learning. Third thing is professional development programs. Specifically, the professional development programs help teachers to build their capacity to understand mathematical tasks and to implement those tasks in their classroom. Broadly speaking, professional development programs help teachers to improve their mathematical content knowledge and pedagogical content knowledge. Based on these fundamental aspects, this study has following two research questions. First one is, in what ways do pre-service teachers develop their conceptions of mathematical tasks in terms of the cognitive demands of the mathematical tasks if they are provided with learning opportunities? Second is, in what ways do pre-service teachers develop their conceptions of mathematical tasks in terms of the criteria for the performance tasks if they are provided with the learning opportunities? And I will define and describe cognitive demands of mathematical tasks and criteria for the performance task later in the conceptual framework section. In the literature review section, I included empirical studies, book chapters, and NCTM standards and positions. And all this literature runs from 1991 to 2017. And this literature are related to the features of mathematical tasks, professional development, and teacher concept development or teacher concept change. Stein and his friend 1996, they argued that mathematical tasks are a vehicle for building students' ability for mathematical thinking and mathematical reasoning. In fact, they studied the different factors associated with the task selection process and task implementation process, and they used mathematical tasks as their conceptual framework in which they claimed this thing. Similarly, Hayward, Burke, and Miller's 2017 study investigated the relationship between mathematics teacher preparation course and graduate students' analysis of classroom teaching, and they found graduates appear to retain and use the knowledge they acquired through their beginning years of teaching. This implies that all the teachers need continuous professional development support for their professional development. Giuseppe 2013 on her dissertation examined elementary pre-service teachers' capacity to teach children's mathematical understanding for selecting and implementing mathematical tasks. She found pre-service teachers selected more worthwhile mathematical tasks based on children's understanding and thinking after they were involved in the scaffolded activities. As per the definition of NCTM 1991, a definition provided by NCTM 1991, worthwhile mathematical tasks offer students to reason, to think, and to solve the problem. And also these tasks help students to relate mathematics with daily life scenario. Booster and Smith studied the progress in teachers' capacity in selection and implementation of cognitively challenging tasks during and after the professional development workshop. They found that teachers who participated in professional development initiative more frequently selected high-level tasks and they maintained a high-level cognitive demand comparing to the teachers who did not participate in that professional development workshop. Here, they highlighted the importance of high-level cognitive demand tasks and the future of high-level cognitive demand tasks will be described later. Hargrove study extended Boston and Smith study to elementary level and they also came up with a similar conclusion. To answer my first research question, I used the tax analysis guide which is provided by Steen et al. 2000. In this tax analysis guide, categorize all mathematical tasks into 4 categories. First one is memorization tasks, second is procedures with connection task, and third, procedure with connection, and final one is doing mathematics task. And also they divided all these 4 categories into 2 broad categories, that is lower level demands and higher level demand. In lower level demand, there are 2 types of tasks. First one is memorization, which involve either producing previously learned fact, rules, formula, or definition to memory. And this task cannot be solved using procedure because procedure either they don't exist or because the time frame in which the task is being completed is too short so that students are compelled to memorize the answer. I am not going to read all these features of memorization task. Going to the procedure without connection task. These are the higher level tasks than memorization task. They are algorithmic and they use a procedure which is fixed and students don't need to connect those procedure with their conceptions or conceptual understanding. And these tasks have no connection to the concept meaning that underlying the procedures being used. Going to the higher level demands, there are 2 categories. First one is procedure with connection and second is doing math. And overall, these 2 categories means of course there is difference between these 2 categories, but overall the tasks which provide student opportunities to think and to reason fall into these categories. Also, these tasks require considerable cognitive effort and may involve some level of anxiety for a student due to the unpredictable nature of the solution process required. Because there are lots of solutions and student may be confused in the selection of those strategies or solution. They have to decide wisely which strategy is going to best work to solve the particular task. And to answer my second research question, I use another framework called criteria for performance task. And this is different than the previous one, which offers 8 categories to compare the task, and these 8 categories are independent. And these categories provide different characteristics of task. For example, one is authentic versus contrived task, and there are 2 characteristics which we need to consider to analyze the task in terms of authentic versus contrived. If the task uses process appropriate to discipline and if students value the outcome of task, that task is authentic, otherwise that is contrived. 12 pre-service secondary mathematics teachers were subject of this study, and I did various activities with those pre-service teachers to collect my data. They solved the mathematical tasks with different features and they analyzed those features. Also, they were asked to read some of the literature related to mathematical tasks, and they were asked to share their thought with their class about the article. Also, they involved in task sorting activity, and they involved in discussion about the task sorting activity, and they did task sorting activity individually and in group. And finally, they did an assignment related to the selection and description of a worthwhile mathematical task. And I will analyze the data qualitatively based on my framework. Thank you for watching this. Please feel free to ask a question or query.